9. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it.
Well, I may be fashionably late, but these drivers certainly aren't late for nothing because it's about to kick up a lot here on PTM Racing TV. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Iowa Speedway and your showcase of the Super Late Model Series of the Pit Stall. It is time for the Pit Stall Network to bring you the brand new Station to Action Racing here on PTM Racing TV, presented in part by our friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing. Their custom designed t-shirts and decals and all, Fort Worth Screen Printing is the only way to go. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz look to bring out the best design in your library. And the star-studded field as well, joining us here on PTM Racing TV right now, just getting their last bit of practice laps in, getting themselves all squared up for tonight's action here on the showcase. Should be a wild one here on PTM Racing TV as we're getting ready to tackle them down and set them all up. There's only one last thing really to worry about here, and that is to talk with our drivers and talk with our field of anticipated folks. So with that in mind, let's start them off here. Let's get down to it here real quick. Starting them up on the number 84, ladies and gentlemen, Len McNeese now joining me on the call. Doing pretty good, sir. Doing pretty good on our end. How you been feeling?
Oh, I don't know. This is going to be something new on this end down here, trying to figure out these new cars.
I was about to say, you guys ran the truck series last time out. We seen you. So what's the biggest difference you're really kind of feeling with this Super Late Model Series?
It seems to be on this track right now. It seems to be real loose coming off the corners. Besides that, it feels pretty steady.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Len, any plans or focuses this season, or really something you're going to try to focus with this car today?
Right now, I'm the first race with all the new guys and a bunch of new people, a lot more. It's just going to be just try to survive it and see how we finish there at the end.
For sure there. All right, well, Len, we really appreciate you coming on board here today, bud. We got some luck out there.
I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all putting it on for us tonight.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Len McNeese here, joining in on talk with us. So, field right now going to get squared away right now. It's time to listen to some of our other guys here. One of those that just happened to be in that hunt and in that title picture all season round. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Williams joins us on the call.
How you doing there?
Well, doing pretty good, Tim. How are you been doing, buddy?
I'm doing really good, man. I got married, been happy. Can't ask for a better thing.
Man, you've been having a whole heck of a lot going on now last season. What else you hiding from us down there?
Nothing else. That's it. Yep.
Nothing else. That's it. Well, I gotta believe you're hiding something at least in that car today. Try to build up some speed and kind of perk these guys up on their ears a little bit. How's everything feeling right now here at Iowa Speedway?
It's feeling a little loose to me. I'm gonna have to get some practice in here, hopefully.
For sure there. All right. Well, nevertheless, Tim, we do appreciate coming on board today, sir. Best of luck on the track.
Thank you very much. We'll talk to you later.
We will indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Williams on the call. Down to listening to one of our other guys right now here as a mainstay in that number 7. That'll be the Fury Machine. Ladies and gentlemen, Cody Nelson's on the call. Cody, got a copy down there, sir? Hold on. Don't worry, folks. I swear the audio is on. We're just trying to listen in for him. No call on Mr. Nelson. So it looks like we're going to have to rid him of the glitch-graphic gremlins and hopefully figure out what's going on down there. See if we can't get that figured out. But we do have one driver kind of working his way around the track a little bit here. I think it's time we listen into our new driver to the lineup here. Driving the tracks is number 15. This is Kelton. Or Jeff Clinton. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good. Sorry for mispronouncing your name there. Had a little bit of a glitch on our end with the audio, but nevertheless, though, right now, looking at you on the pole and on the spots here, you're actually in that top 3 spot here at practice. Is the track giving you some good runs here, or are you feeling anything too differently?
No, I don't feel anything really different. Track drives how Iowa really drives. It's one of my favorite tracks to come to. So I saw it on the schedule. I was like, I figure I'll show up for this one. Um, I've been running a lot of super late models lately, so I kind of got this car down a little bit. With I run it like maybe 3 times a week now at this point, so I'm pretty comfortable. It's not too loose. It doesn't seem to wear the tire out too much, but I think later in the race tires will come into play for sure.
With the new,
So
oh, go ahead, sorry.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, with the way this race could go, and with the season full of some tracks that maybe the super lates weren't really exactly expected to be put into, do you think that'll kind of entice you to run them a little bit more, and also run with these guys a little bit too?
It's possible. I'm more of a short track guy myself now. I used to run a lot of big tracks. I just kind of prefer the shorter tracks, more action. Um, Longer tracks for me, sometimes they just get too spread out for my taste, but we'll see what happens.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, Jeff, we appreciate you coming on board, sir, and we'll have to see what happens down on the track for you today.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Clinton on the call there. Down to listen in some new favorites here as well. We got some other drivers on the call here on the lineup, and one of them happens to be that Dodge 91. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sean Wilder. Sean, do you have a copy down there, sir? Apparently not. I don't think we have a call with him, unfortunately, so we will let him go back to his Paul there. But beautiful looking 91 Dodge in that one as we're heading into our qualifying laps here. So time to see what comes up here as our times now engage here at Iowa Speedway. Initiate the countdown marker and initiate the time. The field, we're rocking them off here on the track, and it's time to hear them roar to life. And as usual, our good friend Robert Kahn forgets to put his number there on the car, so I don't know what else to say about him. Drivers hitting the track right now. John Garrett, Jeff Clinton have all now regained their speeds. They are now setting for the tone. Qualifying lap now begins with the number 66 as he will rock at the Super Late model here at Iowa. Ty Marasco, TJ Mitchell are also heading to the track. Marasco's a little bit of a new design on that one, MF Racing Designs. TJ Mitchell sticking to his roots, going a little Valvoline style. If I know any better, and I'm a wise man, Mark Martin definitely be proud of that one. Times now clicking in. Your first set. Brad Carpenter will be your fastest time out of the bunch. Second fastest is going to be Tim Lee and Jeff Clinton. John Garrett, a little bit slower on that. Maybe looking for a faster time here on the start line here. We'll see what happens. Chantal Pato rocking a 23.73 as well. Huge times here from everybody. Garrett a little bit loose off of corner 4. His time, 23.58. We have a new leader. And just like that, now all of a sudden this is getting kind of flipped around a little bit. Some very fast-paced drivers. Question is, can they make it last? These super lates a lot different than those trucks. You get only one rule gets and one good real speed. And unfortunately for some of them, they couldn't take down the rattlesnake or the throttle. Chantal Bottle moves into second. Kahn goes into the top spot. Does trouble though off the 45, and the BK Racing paints. Tim Williams crashes it on his final lap for qualifying, and what an absolute heartbreaker there for the 107. That will set him back into the field. Derek Paulson, the 17, lays down a solid time. Defending champion, I believe, looking to go at it again. He'll qualify 6th. Eric Blount looking to rock himself another one here in the Valvoline machine. His time, he'll stay where it stands. He'll go 8th out of the markers. Todd Bosa now on the run here. Let's see what happens for him in this corner. The Village Park machine comes to the track. Village Bank, excuse me. And you can just see that rear end. It's already wanting to kick out. That's the old rusty bumps are getting the better of him down there. There is no safe place when you're running in Iowa when it comes to the bumps. Those bumps will get you, and they will get you good. Trying to find a little bit of a run, trying to find a little bit of an edge down there. A little bit loose yet again, but is able to hold on to it. Gets a top 10 for the qualifying spot. He is now on the 10th spot. Cody Nelson laying down a 300-second faster than the throttle. Chantal Idle. Todd Poston's time is going to pretty much be his last time because he's not getting any speed here. You don't gain speed when you're loose and cornered off like that, especially when you can't even finish it. That lap will not count no matter what he does now. The 31 Spencer off of 4. Wow, bit of a wild little race there and a gap off the edges and off the turns, so it's going to be a very interesting little spot here for everybody in this case. Time to listen in though and take a listen to our top 3 drivers here. Of course, the throttle Chantal Paddle coming in the 3rd spot here. Chantal, seems like a very big little ground keeps here for qualifying. How's the race going to be feeling for you and this crew today?
The setup is really, really loose, so we're just going to take our time and manage some tires and just go from there.
With the way these drivers were last season and how tough they were with those trucks, do you think they'll kind of adjust well with these super late models compared to what they had to do with those heavy-duty trucks?
Some of them that I raced with before, I think they will. Others I'm not sure about.
For sure there. All right, well, nevertheless, Chantal Paddle, good luck out there. We'll see what happens today.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the throttle Chantal Paddle looking to try and get something going, but as is this man, one of the heavy hitters coming in, the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn.
Hey, man.
Hello there, Mr. Kahn. As you come right now, well, considering there's only a few more drivers left, I think you handily have got that top spot. But once again, you know, Iowa Speedway, you and a few of these other drivers have had quite a showing, quite a tail here. I mean, how confident are you with this one today, you think?
I love this track, man. It's going to be a tire wear race as always. You know, the middle lane's going to be faster in the long run. So just take your time. It's a long race, and hopefully we'll have a nice, clean race and a good finish.
Anything really to worry about? You say that the drivers may not know about too much, considering you guys are switching out from the cars to a little bit of a lighter edge track?
The power to weight ratio with these cars are a little bit higher, so you got to watch your tire spin coming out and getting on the throttle a little smoother. But that's best I can recommend for it.
For sure there. All right. Well, nevertheless, Con, thanks for your time here. Let's see what happens between you and the crew.
Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen, the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, looking to take it home today. Well, he's going to have his hands full, though, because, again, there's a whole host of drivers ready to duke it out and give it all they got here. One of them just so happens to be piloting in the number 24. Ladies and gentlemen, your 12th fastest of the seed, Mr. Tim Lee.
Hey there, Chris.
Hey, Tim. How are you doing today, sir?
How's it going? Sorry, I was just going over all the race details.
Oh, did you need us bring it back in there,
No, we'll be okay.
or? Okay. I was going to say, Tim, I mean, right now, have a whole new field, a whole new car, and quite a few fast-paced little drivers here. I mean, how do you feeling about that today, my friend?
Well, it's going to be fun and exciting. Stretching this super late model out onto those longer tracks will be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to it. This is kind of what everybody wanted to do, so we went with it, and we'll start 20. We'll probably start some more, and there's a few guys that are out tonight. So, but yeah, it's going to be fun. Exciting. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. All right, well, Tim, we appreciate your time here, sir. We'll get you back in there and get ready to rock and roll these boys.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tim Lee on the call there. So field currently getting set to go onto the pace on the track. I think it's time we listen to another guy who's been around these parts before. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Corey Coe. Corey, do you have a copy down there, sir? Well, perhaps not there. Apparently, I think we may have lost him in the shuffle there. That's all right. Okay, we're going to try this one last time because I think we got a couple guys we may be able to get in here. Let's see if we can see. Can we get DJ Mitzel on the line?
Yeah, I got you.
We got him all right. Hey, DJ, man, top 10, nearly a top 5 qualifying spot, just about 200ths of a second out of that. But, I mean, starting in the front of the pack and kind of up ahead of that mid-range here, I mean, how much of a difference do you think that makes from last year?
I think it'll help me, especially this track. It's pretty loose. I just want to go out, save my tires, keep as much track position I can, and then see where I end up about mid-race and on.
Mid-race and on, indeed. Now, I know this, honestly, I'm not going to believe I'm going to say this, but this is one of the more smaller tracks that you guys are going to be running on this season. What does that kind of mean for you and this crew, you think?
To be honest with you, this track is going to be probably one of my weaker tracks. Some of the other tracks are going to be a lot of fun. We have some that are real stable, some that are going to be loose and fun. So I think we're going to have a good mix here.
A good mix indeed. Very, very uncertain for other drivers to know. This is one of your weaker tracks. We'll see how you do, though. Nevertheless, thank you for your time, DJ. Best of luck out there.
Yep, thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, piloting the number 61, DJ Mitzel. Field getting stretched and ready to go here. We're just fastly approaching the final legs of this one. With only 1 minute left before we enter into the race, I think it's time we listen to another one of our drivers. Piloting in the number 31 today, it is Brad Carpenter.
How are you guys tonight?
Oh, we are doing excellent. How are you today, sir?
Right now, I'm doing great.
All
We'll
right.
see how it goes, though.
I promise you, I've been talking to a lot of people, so do not fear about my broadcaster curse. I've tried to make sure I sprinkle a little bit of my scary dust all over them. I know Halloween's on the horizon, so.
Oh, it's all good. We'll see what this race brings. The car's it's a pretty loose setup, so I'm expecting a lot of spins.
A lot of spins and a lot of tire wear, we're being told as well here, and being in the 8th position here out of a field of nearly 20 drivers, I mean, does that kind of add on to the pressure of making sure you don't get caught up on the starts there, or you think it's going to evolve a long run here?
Yeah, my goal is just to sit and just ride and see what happens. Got to make it to the end. That's part of the hardest part that people seem to forget, that the race is at the end, not at the beginning.
Absolutely. All right, well, Brad, we are ready to enter in the race. If you are, best of luck down there, sir.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, piloting in number 31 today, it'll be Brad Carpenter. And with that, it is time for your grading order, presented in part by our friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing. The Pit Stall Network Series has now brought our season opener to the Iowa Speedway, and on the pole it is a 21 of Robert Kahn. The outside is Cody Nelson in the 7. In row number 2, the throttle Chantel Bottle will be in the 5. Or outside, Ty Marasco in the 0-1. Row number 3 is John Garrett in the 66. His outside is going to be DJ Mitzel in that 61. Row number 4 is Derek Paulson in the 17. His outside, we just talked to him, Brad Carpenter in the 31. Row number 5, returning favorite Eric Blount in the 6 is outside Todd Poston in that 51. Row number 6 is Corey Coe in the 20 is outside in the 24. That's Tim Lee. Row number 7 is going to be Len McNeese in the 84 is outside. 15 is Jeff Clifton. Row number 8 is Tim Williams in the 107, but his outside is the 03. That's Cody Griffin. Row number 9 is Gordon Larson Jr. in the double O is outside in the 91. Sean Wilder. Row number 10 is Douglas R. Johnson in the 308 is outside. It's going to be Michael Campbell in the 202. Final starter, Ray Radford, the 47. And confusion added, Douglas R. Johnson's in the 388 and Michael E. Campbell's in the 292 for clarification. You see the field locked, ready, stacked, racked, and packed. They're ready to go after all that here and now. The field ready for the command from the initiation, from our pole setters, and from the pace car. Drivers are ready. They want to get going. They want to bring the speeds to life and bring it all on the track. It's about to get interesting here on PTM Racing TV. The field has now been given the command. The lights will turn off and flicker on. It is time to go racing at Iowa Speedway. And the one thing you're going to see a lot of today is, without a doubt, positioning, control, and tire burn. You're going to see a lot of guys and gals getting on the throttle quick, trying to push their luck quicker. But you're going to see a lot more issues, really, when it comes to your starts and comes to your finishes. The tire wear depending on how fresh or new it is, the rubber could be really causing some problems out of the gate. So these guys are going to need to watch the tire spin and keep a close eye in their drive-offs. This is not a track you can take lightly. This is not a track you can take very easily. You got to stay focused on every little angle, every little spot, and make sure that the rest works out all okay. Alright, race fans, it's been a long time coming, and they're coming back for you, my friends. They are here for it all. It is time to go racing here at Iowa Speedway. Newton, if you're ready, we're ready. Let's get the Pit Stall Racing guys out on the track. The Pit Stall Racing Series is now back in full swing. Here we go, off the corner of number 4 to the pit stop. And on above to the Fort Worth screen printing starting zone. The green is out. We're racing in the Super Late Models at Iowa Speedway. Hot start out of the gate here for all drivers here. Everybody making a great example of themselves, taking to the front, taking to the field. Now engaging that single line spot here. Now comes the hard part, getting around that set of corners off turn number 4. In the early going out, Khan already got some company to his inside. Here comes Cody Nelson into the 7th on his inside, forcing the right laner up top. Fury 7 has got a fistful of Fury and a whole lot of Tank Fury underneath them as he trolls them up to the front. Jeff Clifton right now making his television debut here, making an early example here on the drivers and trying to make an early example for himself and the crew. Making a good battle off the pace with Todd Poston, as well as Tim Lee in that 24. Brand new design here as well for that number 24 Pit Stall Summer Series to the Pit Stall Racing Series of Tim Lee. Awesome looking piece of equipment, very good to see as well. Cannot wait to really see what he can bring to the table more than often than not. Tim Williams, the 45, major problems down there. Could not keep the car unstable and on route. Problems there off of turn number 4. One is fun, 2 is a party, 3 is something else. Here comes Ty Marasco, the 01 now making a freight lane and a charger up to the Freightliner. Marasco not going to play any key moments here. He's just going to go full on, send it, take it to the limit, see what this one brings to the table. In the mix-up, though, we got a 3-4 car battle here. The defending champion, Derek Paulson, already looking to defend the MF Racing Design 17 Crew's title. And boy, he is not wasting time for her. He left off either. Going one-on-one with the newcomer, Brad Carpenter, as well as the veteran, Chantel the Throttle Bottle. I talked to Paulson earlier today, and he told me that he was really ready to bring it all back out, and he was ready to make sure these drivers knew he was not playing around. He's the champion for a reason. He looks to defend it. Mitchell on the middle section here, dealing with the 5 coming up on him. The Lightning Wrapz RBR and the machine trying to catch him. Chevy body type on that one. The Fords though, and have some designs of their own. The Mustangs and that Fusion right behind, with Carpenter's design up here, making a great encompassing fight here for that 3rd spot, that 4th slot here. And it looks like Chantel starting to drive it a little bit quicker. Good luck, 2 top side there. There's a 61 to Mitchell, gets it too hard. Here comes the 5 to the inside. And a wily veteran at Iowa Speedway, Chantel Bottle, making a great example of the boys, showing her what she's done here and what she knows how to do. If you recall back to the Pedal to the Metal Racing League Series for the Super Late Models, she absolutely went on a tear on this track. No one, and I mean nobody, could figure out how to defeat her or how to topple her when she was at her best. She's trying to do it again here with a who's who of drivers right now taking full control until that one happens off of corner number 2. Trouble for the 31. Brad Carpenter has put the Bob's Pettin Pond and down to the inside of the yellow line with the caution flying high. Looked like he might have got a little bit loose there coming off around turn number 2. Didn't quite have anywhere to save it or gain traction. We go to our PTM Racing TV instant replay presented in part by Fort Worth Screen Printing. Another look at it. Came on. Right there you see the car. He's trying to dip it down. The rear end's kicking out. He can't save it. And then the 17 of Paulson, he just gave him the old bump. He didn't hurt him. Give him a little bump and a little nudge, and away she goes. And I don't think the 31 appreciated that very much here. We'll take one more look at it. Here's the onboard camera. Watch the rear end. See that stitch? Look at that twitch right there. You see that twitch? Before he gets loose, that twitch is telling him the car is in trouble. And as soon as he lost, he's trying to save it. Too little, too late. Beautiful onboard camera shots there from our crew. Good work down there, boys and girls. Our first caution of the day sprung up here on lap number 12, which will give us about 1/10 of the way there so far. Cody Nelson right now, your race leader, though, putting something up on the rattlesnake. But Ty Marasco is donning the MF Racing Designs paint scheme as well, the same scheme that kind of enabled with what the 17 of Derek Paulson was able to do in the truck series. You gotta be wondering to yourself, do these guys have what it takes and have what it comes to bring it to the table and bring it to the track? It'll be interesting stuff here to say the least here. Of course, we'll have other drivers to chat and talk with here throughout today's broadcast and all that here. I think right now we're going to kind of head back into the track, head back down in the field. We have one that is in the number 00. He's a driver we know well. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen into him here as I believe he's about ready to get a lucky lap in. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Mid-South driver in the 00, Gordon Larson Jr.
Hi, I got you.
Hey, Gordon. Hey, right now, man, going 6 spots up in the field and making a bit of a drive back into the positions. How's it feeling down there so far in this new car?
It's a little loose right now. I think if it stays green, I think it's gonna come to us.
But if it comes to you, then I gotta believe also it makes it a little bit tighter to kind of reel off on those rusty bumps down in turn 2 and 4, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and just right now, it's just hard to pass right now. Just trying to keep the car from going around on you.
For sure there. Well, looks like we're about ready to get back to the green, so we should probably get you back in. Best of luck there, sir.
Appreciate it.
We didn't even know it was going green yet. Thanks, producers. Anyway, back on board, back online. Here we go. I praise them, now I gotta insult them. I think that's the way of a broadcast, isn't it? Well, anyway, back to the green, back to the action. DJ Mitzel in the 61 wasted no time on that one of Marasco. Marasco feeling a little bit of company down on his corner panel. Here comes Derek Paulson also mixing it up. This is a great battle here for your second place spot. Mitzel thrown to the bottom. Marasco staying towards the middle. Multi-line track, multi-grooved, and Iowa Speedway, well known for giving plenty of options and plenty of room to work with. Oh, and a little bit of a scratch on the wall there in turn number 4 for the 61. Mitzel climbs out and takes a hit there. Aaron Cloud coming right back underneath him, though, looking to try to take position in full ground of him. That's Todd Poston in the 31 now. Even he intervenes in the Village Bank machine. That's just some great battling out of the gate. That's the reason why I always say I love to get these short track races in as much as we can, because I tell you, short track racing cars, they put on a show and they put on a battle. From street stocks to the late models to these super late models, they never ever disappoint in my opinion. You get a good sized field, get a good little track, let them rally it up and see what happens from here. Kenneth Crawford saying don't give them the broadcaster curse. I told you, Kenneth, I already told you. I went and I told the other drivers, I talked to all of them, so if I curse anybody, it's everybody. I've never had a race that had literally every single driver wrecked out and we couldn't call the race from there, so you can at least thank me for that. Anyway, right now Corey Coe, the 20 here, going one spot down. He's already trying to mount a little bit of a fight off here as a Freightliner or a freight train, whichever one comes first, is hustling through. The Rattlesnake is on a charge. He's wasting absolutely no time on that backstretch. He is absolutely kicking some dirt, kicking some rubber. And he's making everybody well aware where he's coming from. He wants one thing, and that's the lead in the win. His pet strategy kind of shows that took tires and fuel that last time by. The throttle Chantel Bottle joining him, so did Brad Carpenter as well as Douglas R. Johnson. So that kind of sets the field and kind of where everyone was playing at, what they're set up for. The 388 of Douglas right now, 4 spots in the field here, trying to hang in there and stay to the trudge. Cody Nelson, though, your race leader, still with an absolutely impressive ride. But again, it is early. Is he overdoing himself now? Remember what we know with the 17 and Derek Paulson. He's got a habit of doing this. He'll make you literally think you're backing him off into a corner, and he's not going to catch you. But you give him about, oh, I don't know, probably 15, 20 laps after you burn your tires in, he'll make you pay you for that one. We haven't seen that just yet. But let's take a look at the lap time here. Let's take a look at this. And yes, right here, take it this peak. Clifton's already starting to gain some ground on him. Tires starting to wear out. Nelson knows they're coming. They backed off a little, but now they're coming back. A bigger ground of gain here from Clifton. I'd say we're going to see another lap. We're going to see another time lapse here. Time Delta shows lap 22, gain of 0.02 of a second from Clifton. The onboard camera here with that Valvoline 61 of DJ Mitchell. Oh, huge little spot up there off of turn number 4. Huge wreck ensuing. The 91 of Sean Wilder going for a wild wreck on the top of the turn number 4 wall. Oh my. And that Dodge 91 slammed in the wall and just literally wall righted it like no one else could. But the damage too severe. Meatball flag thrown at the 91. He's got to get the Mopar Dodge into pit road and quick. That's a lot of ground and time Wilder's going to lose here. He knows he cannot have that happen more often than not. He's going to have to figure something out for later. Light race timing from the throttle Chantel Bottle. Corey Coe watching from behind after that little hiccup from Wilder. Seeing drivers move to the chains and move to the field. There's a lot of guys gaining some positions and gaining power onto the bunch. Brad, after that little tail whip and spin, may have realized just how much he can actually push the limits of this thing. And it doesn't seem to matter. You see that thing is literally just rocking on the bottom, and you can see that the rear end just kicks out so quick. It's literally getting a whole grip and a whole line off on that turn. I don't know how he's able to make that thing stick and still run as hard as he is. Mid-South double O here. Corey Coe, or excuse me, not Corey Coe, Gordon Larson Jr. trying to upkeep and uptake the cost here with 8 spots up. Not the hard charge though. That belongs to Jeff Clifton right now, who is 12 up. But if I had to give an award for a battle of the race so far, I think I might have to put it to these two because they are still at each other's game plan, not each other's throats. They are going for it here. And look at this. You can see Larson. He's going to the top side. He's showing you the multi-groove level of this track. The bottom is where you shorten it and gain speed, but the outside allows you to play defense. It allows you to actually force the driver not to be able to come up quick enough, and it keeps them down low, which then in turn lets you regain your speed. Downside of that, you try to power too quick on that outside, and I'd say you might want to find a way to sink or swim at this point. But very interesting strategy and very good stuff going on. Tim Lee dealing with that throttle Chantel Bottle. She's not giving a darn to anybody. The eyes tell the tale, the focus in her mind, her strength here, looking on. She said earlier today that she was focusing on tire wear and long runs, so this is seemingly her strategy and her bread and butter. Let everyone else just make their mistakes and do their own thing, and she can capitalize on them. Speaking of capitalizing, here we go. Strax is 15 of Clifton, gonna go one-on-one with the Fury 7. Cody Nelson, you've got company, sir. This is your battle for the race lead. Nelson right now looking from every single direction, looking from an on to a far to a strong. He's trying to keep that 15 behind him. And it almost looks to me like, as you see those rear tires kind of pinpointing and channeling down, it looks to me like Nelson is keeping tabs on Clifton's run, trying to make sure he doesn't pull through or pull some more strength on him. There's a lot of openings on the last shots you can take from the dark if he's not careful there, and he knows it. You see the hands, the movement in those turns, the movement in the corners. So much focus and so much ridicule there into that area, that play. And speaking of openings, Nelson opened the door up there on the bottom. Clifton could not take it. Problems down there for Tim Williams, though. He has got trapped off into the distance in corner number 2 off the back stretch. They'll refire, stay at the bottom, let everyone else by, but the caution flag will initiate. Caution is out. That will bring us to the PTM instant replay here. Presented by Fort Worth Screen Printing, the PTM instant replay shows all, they will tell all. Watch this. Right off the turn 2. And that thing went straight on right. Not sure if the tires burnt up too much or came too quick to the edge. Either way, we know one thing's for sure. That thing did not hold line. Right here, this gets loose. And then it gets tight. And then he probably is wondering, where the heck did that wall come from? Huge hit there. Thankfully, he is okay. We'll be able to resume race as usual. Whoops. Hold on a minute, folks. Technical difficulties. And refresh. I think we're good. Yep, we're good. Producers, we got to get to work on that, seriously. I don't know why we keep making that mistake. Hold on a minute. What is on the front of that 388? Hold on a minute. Give me the drone cam on that thing, please. What on earth is this? Oh, no. Well, someone out there has got a lot of love from Douglas R. Johnson at 388. I'm not sure whose face that is. I know it's not mine. Because I know I don't have a mullet or that kind of hairstyle. I don't even have that much hair to begin with, for those who know me. So I don't know what the heck that is, but that's something, alright. Oh, man. Well, he's going to go in later than everybody else, so his strategy seems to be to kind of pinpoint it right where he wants to. That'll be a very interesting little cue here. As the field gets gets rack stacked, put back on the attack here, we'll see how it all goes from there. I believe we have another driver to chat with, though, before we continue on with our racing action. So I think it's time to bring him in now, see if he's joined us. Is this the number 6 of Eric Blount?
Yes, sir.
All right, we've got you on the line here, sir. Ready to hit tip-top, put point shape back on the track here. You qualified 9th out of the field, so pretty good start here to the season. How was you feeling kind of coming off from that off-season break?
I feel great. It's good to be back in the car. I mean, it feels pretty good up under us. We were ready to really run good on that long run, so hopefully we can do that again and get back up there in the top 5.
Did you try to strategize anything with a short-term versus a long-term run, considering you had to work a whole new kind of dynamic of a car system in?
Yeah, that all came into play. Basically, that's why we pitted early under that first caution and got some tires and gas, and we'll see how it shakes out from here on out.
For sure there. Thank you for your time here, Blount.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, piloting the number 6 Valvoline machine, Eric Blount on the call. So field will restructure, they'll re-rack, re-stack, and we're gonna go let them back. We're gonna let them go back at it again. We are only at lap 38 here, folks. With about 80 laps remaining before we start concluding this one out. I think I should probably let you guys know as well, what did I mean by bigger tracks that we have going on this season? Well, just for reference, next week, guess where we're going to? I'll give you a hint. It's a little tricky, and it's always been pretty tricky. And if I say it for the third time, you've got what the track is. We're going to Pocono next week here on the Pit Stall Racing Network Series. We'll see it all live here on the show. It's going to be a good one. Stay tuned with us. But right now, we're back green race, flag racing here at Iowa. And those that went into pit road early or went into pit road late, making their strategies well known and well observed here, they are going full send off out of the gate. Battle for the second place spot now. Clifton and Con going to go out of here. The Freightliner up to the number 20, number 15. The Traxxas machine trying to keep the KS Studio up with the head, up into the charge. No driver letting them off that easily here. Ty Marasco here in the MF Racing Design number 1 going to have a little bit of a field day on that 5. Charge to the outside, hard run off, going straight for the wall. Kane's position, he moves to 7th. And again, that middle line, the outside line is going to be the preferred fast lane, but the bottom will help shorten out the track and kind of run the car into a muck here. But at the same time, once you get too close in that bottom lane and try to shorten this track out, you run into the old favorable rusty bumps. As we've talked about before, those bumps are pretty much making these cars a little bit more unstable, a little harder to catch when you get loose. So I've seen a lot of it at IndyCar where we're actually was watching them, and every time they had a problem or a little bit of an issue, it was always in turn number 2, because that bottom corner, if you hit it just right, just kind of gets the car literally into a tail whip, a tailspin, because it's just so loose. You literally feel nothing but just pretty much a half second of delay before you can gain traction, gain ground again. Not Poston going to have some company here as Gordon Larson Jr. certainly not living up to anything to chance. This is a pretty impressive showing here for that 00. Last season the Truck Series seemed like he kind of struggled. This time around it seems like he's actually starting to figure it out. This is a good showing here at the 00 camp. Now the question I have is, can he make it last? Can he do what we've talked about plenty of times here with some of these guys and just continue to make pace and take shape on these tracks and on these races? The Rattlesnake Rubber Con here currently working up to that the K95 for Warriors machine. I kind of clarify as the K95 number 15 Traxxas Camp Camaro, not the KS Studios machine. I apologize in advance to the 15. That's what I get for reading the sponsors wrong on these things. Popping around on the front straightaway though, Goldie Nelson still with a huge, good little gain of lead, gain of traction. But again, with the way the setup is, the way these cars are going to handle, is that going to last the entire race? Is that going to last out for the entire day? That's going to be a big question he'll have to answer. There's not a lot of areas and not a lot of weak points you can hit with these things, so you really have to drive them in the way of a driver's mentality. Go big and go for broke. The 84 Lynn McNeese right now staying right in position with the Vasbo, number 20 Corey Coe. Everybody doing a great job sticking to their guns, sticking to their speeds. Cody Griffin, John Garrett. We're supposed to make the call today, make the race. Did not enter into the track, so unfortunately we weren't able to get a full field of 21 drivers. Not sure what happened to Griffin or what happened to Garrett down there, but it's a sad tale there to believe and sad to see, unfortunately. Tim Lee in the 24 machine, fresh out of the paint scheme booth. He told me earlier today, beautiful looking ride on that thing. I kind of asked him, like, did you just want to go with the same scheme me that you did with the truck and just kind of add on that that style of flair. He's like, heck yeah, man, that's what I wanted. That's what we were going for, and I'm glad we did because this thing is a completely awesome looking ride, and I love to represent that pit stall in my name. So he certainly does indeed. And obviously it's working for him because he's still driving the heck out of these crews. He's still driving the heck out of these camps, sticking with everybody. Of course, this week has been quite a wild week as it is already here. Tuesday night, we saw the return of GOAT Racing League, but this time with the Truck Series. Yesterday was no broadcast, but today here, of course, the Pit Stall Racing Series now coming your way here in their first ever showcase with the Super Late Model division on the bigger tracks, on the bigger ends. Running it down here at Iowa Speedway. Tomorrow night, of course, we'll see the Misfits Racing League back on track here, so presented to the Truck Series. And then GOAT Racing League coming out as well. You'll see them on Saturday night. That'll be the Next Gen Cup Racing Division. And then finally on Sunday night, we'll end it out here with our good friends Metal Metal Racing League coming out at Sonoma Raceway for Road Course Challenge Week. Great little charge here from Morosco. He has made his way back from the outhouse straight to the White House. Yep, same though for Blount. Trouble off of turn number 4. The 5 barely avoiding. Unfortunately though, for the one down below him, there was no avoiding it. I believe that was Todd Poston that got clipped up in it, as unfortunately Eric Blount suffers the broadcaster curse. Well, Kenneth, what you told me earlier, I might have accidentally done it to Blount. I'm going to apologize in advance. And it was a 00 Gordon Larson Jr., by the way, he got into, so clarification there. Here's a look at the replay. You can see Larson, he was trying to avoid it. Look at the 5. Oh, man. She had to avoid that one. And she got extremely lucky she did when she did. That was a huge little wreck she could have been in serious trouble for. That is wild. So it looks like the 00 Gordon Larson Jr. is going to stay out. Everybody else pretty much going to pit road. Blount right now probably yelling at his colleagues as well as his teammates, saying, next time we let the broadcaster pick me up, don't let it be in race. I just got cursed. I would bring him in right now and say I am sorry, but I think he probably doesn't want anything to do with me right now, so I can't blame him. Field coming out, Morosco, Paulson, and Carpenter will be the top 3 out. Nelson gonna beat out the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn and Chantel Pottle out of the pit road. Ray Radford in the 47. We haven't even seen him all day. He's coming out on the track now. It's good to see an old colleague of ours and a heck of a driver in his own right. Ray, you may have known him more for the IROC iRacing Challenge Series, but nevertheless, he has returned to our showcases and returned to our television screens here in the Pit Stall Series once again. Great to have him back out here. Great to have everyone back out on the track and showcasing their talents and expertise here. Field ready to rocking him off down off of corner number 4. Flag waves. Green is out. Screaming towards turn 1 and 2 here. It will be Morosco, your race leader. Larson on the outside. Now trying to take it over. This is honestly pretty crazy and pretty impressive here to see just all out of the gate. Drivers switching spots, switching lanes, switching positions. Everybody going off different strategies, trying to make the best one work. A bit of a mix-up puzzle here. 3 wide off of turn number 2. Radford, McNeese, and Mitchell all putting their heads together, seeing which one can outrun the other here. Oh, another trouble yet again off of turn number 4. Brad Carpenter, another wild ride, and he gets into the 4-7 to Ray Radford. Oh my, what happened to him? Radford was loose off of turn number 4. I'm not sure if he got clipped or if he got taken for a bit of a hit there, but nevertheless, that car got straight into the 31 in a violent wreck here off of turn number 4. Carpenter that was not once again. That was a bump and run shot from the 7. And Radford, I don't know where he went or where he came from, but that was a huge hit on his end. Take a look at the replay on Radford. I don't even know where or what the heck happened to him there, but he came running off turn number 4 and just slammed right into the 31. He barely took a piece off McNeese there. And yeah, he came down, and I don't even think he realized where the 31 was. One last look though at the number 7 of Cody Nelson, who started this little shot in the first place here. We'll take one more last look at him. I don't know if he just had a shot in the dark here, or he wasn't really sure where he was going. Well, it looks like from that end, Carpenter was slightly loose. Nelson had the throttle. And I don't really think he minded too much. And I don't really think he had much of a choice, or he didn't mind too much. The other way, he did get him. Halfway done with the race though. So far, race fans, it's been chaotic, it's been wild, and we're just getting started. Stay tuned with us. More action to come in Iowa. Today's race is sponsored in part by our friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing. When you guys need the best custom t-shirts and designed up, there's only one brand and name to trust in, to rely on. It is Fort Worth Screen Printing. Be sure to get yours today and support the Twitch channel of John T. Garrett as he continues to race out his hardened dreams with his good friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing. And by Lightning Wrapz, the most affordable designs made at your leisure. Lightning Wrapz looks to bring out the best designs in your library. Fourth caution of the day. All 4 caused by unfortunate circumstances, situations, though only 2 or 3 cars involved in each one. That's a good sign. I say it's a good sign because really, well, nobody wants to see a bunch of guys get wrecked out or get themselves hurt in this one. That's the last thing anyone wants to know or have to see, and that's what they've been pretty much kind of keeping an eye on and keeping a close tab on from this case here. Double filed up, ready for the restart and the action to commence again. Coming down off of turn number 3, down to turn 4 this time around. An impressive showing from Gordon Larson Jr. so far, dealing with the big boys of Morosco, Paulson, Blount, Paulston, and Nelson. Can he keep it going? We're about to find out. Green flag high in the air, drop the hammer down, race time again. Hammering off, 3 wide salute. Paulson trapped in the middle, backs out of it. Doesn't want nothing to do with him just yet. Everybody else trying to move their way to Marasco. And a huge lead starting to form and develop with Marasco's camp and the number 1 crew. High side, Gordon Larson Jr. cropped up top side here, but he gets it back down in time. Everybody else kind of flip-flopping around. 3 wide, slowed yet again. Cody Nelson down in the middle. Posted on the bottom. The meat of the sandwich a little bit loose though as Larson continues to hold the drive on the outside. Blount moving into second. A huge runoff here from the number 6 Valvoline camp. You're on board. Like an angry mob of wildebeest behind you, he is like the lone lion trying to escape and not end up in the clutches of their horns or their teeth. Flipped in that K95 machine, looking to get some spirits up for his Warriors as well as his drive to survive. He is going head to head now with the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn as well as Derek Paulson, the 17, looking to try to get the better of both of them. This is how close these races can get. This is something we're supposed to expect the entire season. I'm not gonna lie, folks. This might be an absolutely wild showcase of racing and talent we're gonna be seeing throughout these next couple of weeks. A championship to desire for in January. That should certainly be something. All drivers just firing at their best and firing for whatever they got. No one left behind. No one left out of it. Entering into turn number 3 here. Another 3 wide salute. Random attack. The 17 of Olsen. Looking strong. Looking good. Now trying to thread the needle. He threads one needle. Now he needs to tie the knot. Can't quite tie it though with Poston. Trying to put that finger in front and make sure he blocks it from getting it in there. Wait a minute, what did I just, never mind. I don't even want to know what I just said. Bruce, do not clip that, please. Kahn now 3 wide on the top side here. Looks like he's having no qualms about trying to make it a huge run with these boys. That was our Lightning Wrapz onboard camera here as the Lightning Wrapz are River Bottom Raceway number 5. With Chantel Bottle trying to keep her stage going, to keep her speed alive here. Gordon Larson Jr. looking like he may have more company, kind of parking them up right there. And speaking of company, look at this, Marasco. He's got a lot of company coming. Nelson right behind him now. Both drivers entered in pit road on lap number 54. Both drivers in its contingency in a tandem battle. Did Marasco drive too hard early? Did he show his hand? Did he show his cards? That could be the difference maker. Look at this side by side. That wasn't even a fender to the line. Nelson backed into a corner. Marasco finally gets around him, and now Marasco trying to stick with him. There's a lot to cover. There's a lot to try to even figure out what's going on down there. It's kind of hard to really keep up with them because they're just putting on a show for us. You can see the steering. You can see the drive-o from DJ Mitzel. He's currently trying to avert from driving too hard and cornering that car off too much. But of course, dealing with that 5 below him and the 31 now behind him, it's an even bigger challenge at hand. The latest news too from Dale Earnhardt Jr. himself, the Vice President of iRacing, kind of makes, he had said as well from a stake from the video that he was planning, that they are right now working on a brand new stock late model being rendered in and put into the iRacing service. So makes you kind of wonder when, where, and how long will it be before the Super Late Models and all of them will get their added update and get more intriguing stuff to it. All in due time, but nevertheless, I wouldn't even change a darn thing. I'd leave them the way they is, but they're pulling out this kind of race, and this is absolutely tremendous stuff here. They've even more known for the smaller tracks and venues like the quarter miles and the half miles to the 3/8 of a mile. But you can't say anything too bad about a 7/8 of a mile and putting on a little show. I can say that much right now. Well, there's a sight for you. Cody Nelson leading the field in. Jeff Clifton, Marasco, and Kahn. Well, they're after him, and they're gunning for him quickly here. Yeah, honestly, it's been a while since we've seen Kahn how to work this wheel so hard, but look at him. He's just having to yank that thing in the turn on the top side. My word. I haven't seen him work that wheel that hard in a long time. Clifton, although he may find himself a little trouble, the track says 15 loose off of 4. Got caught off guard from the top side. The rear end kicked out, and now the K95 machine a little bit in trouble here. He's holding on, though. Not letting him breathe. He's not giving him much room to make a mistake here. He's staying with him. 40 laps left to go here at Iowa Speedway. If this is your first time tuning in here, race fans, give us a like, give us a follow. If you enjoy our content, get our YouTube and subscribe there. If you're watching our YouTube afterwards, thank you so much for tuning on in. Problem down there, unfortunately, looks like Eric Blount had a little bit of a switch up there. He actually got thrown back a ways. Everyone else able to avoid him, and they stay green. That's what we're getting word on right now. Looks like even a little bit of a trouble from the 45. Tim Williams all over the place. Loose off of 4. St. Jordan that got him earlier. And he parks it right up there to post him. Backs it down. Tries to get out of the way. Sean Wilder just watching out from behind us. You got an absolute maddening race going on. What on earth is this race? Posting loose off of 4. He's all gone. Now Corey Coe is going to deal with the 91. A Dodge Mopar is on the verge. Wilder is not leving up, and he's not letting in. He will give it everything she's got at him. Whoa, Marasco sparks a flying in the 1. He's starting to create up a little bit of a show for the fans out there. I guess the fireworks came early. God! Oh my! He got close, but no cigar. Didn't take him. The 7 right now holding the lead down and continuing to face him forward and face him in attention. He's not letting up. Nelson is approaching this race the same way I think he's going to approach every single race this season. With a sharp eye, a whole lot of twitch, and a whole lot of stitches he's going to put into that car. Because I got a feeling he will not hesitate to tear it up a little bit and make sure this thing is ran into the ground. Its field, though, is starting to slow off on the pace. As the plot thickens, it gets a little bit harder to control. These cars are extremely difficult when they get late into these runs to actually build up more power and run, especially when you're at Iowa Speedway. Chris Mefford saying, how's the racing been tonight? Chris, you have been missing an absolute show if you just joined in here, sir. Many great battles, double wide, 3 wide, a little bit of a spinner too. It's been a heck of a show. And only 4 cautions today so far out of the 120 lap race. Pretty impressive, all things considered. Don Poster right now currently holding down the Village Bank 31 to now move the chains on the 20 of Corey Coe. Vasco can't quite hold him off. The Pontiac down there. I think that is a Pontiac. Well, shoot. We got Dodge, we got Pontiac, we got Ford, we got Chevy, and I think we got a Toyota down there in that 21. I think we've got a full lineup of manufacturers here, boys. Are we sure we're not back in the 90s a little bit here? Oh, speaking of the Dodge, unfortunately, Wilder too hard off of corner number 4 and sends her off into the distance. Takes a little bit of a hit there. Now he's got to try to back it back into the corner here. And look at this as well. Clifton, he is wasting no time on that number 7 of Nelson. The lap times do not lie. A huge ground and gain, but that time around on that lap at least, Nelson was able to hold him back. But he has been locked on the draft line. That makes you wonder, is Nelson trying to secure a bit more momentum from dodging him when he gets to him? And at that point, does Clifton have enough to actually make the pass as well with these cars? They'll tighten up eventually. Being as loose as they are, I think that's what kind of contributed to the huge speed and troubles that the other guys faced when they were battling for that second place spot. Hard to really say. The only thing we can say for certain is that this race, in my opinion anyway, is probably one of the better Super Late Model races we have seen here at Iowa Speedway. And I dare I say, probably one of actually the better races that we've had actually at Iowa Speedway. I've had a lot of great calls, and I've had a lot of great moments here, and a lot of action racing here from this track. Of course, this is my home track for asphalt, that is. It's only about 45 minutes from where I live. Same thing for Knoxville. It's a beautiful facility, beautiful place. Still can't wait to visit when IndyCar comes back to town. I'll be ready for that when they come around. Although I gotta remind myself this time I actually get to the higher seats, not the lower seats. It's really, not gonna lie, guys. When you're at this track and you're on the bottom of the seats, you can still see the whole track, which is surprising for being a 7/8 of a mile. But Indy cars aren't exactly very tall or big, so I'm gonna tell you that right now. But they are pretty sweet, I'll say that much. All I'm saying is they're just a little hard to see on the numbers, and they're a little hard to see sometimes when they're going around. So that's all I'm saying on the front stretch. Anyway, back to the action. Let me just stop griping about this. Robert Kahn, the Freightliner 21, put it up to the K95 15 at Clifton, as Nelson continues to hold the race lead in the Fury 7. And Kahn right now finding himself kind of trapped in the corner. He early on had a lot of speed, a lot of ground. Now has to kind of work his way through the positions through the field and down through the paces. He's going to draft the 15, maybe trying to help him get away from the dirty air of Nelson. But Nelson, because he's using the middle groove, he's using that top side, that's helping him block and defend it off. That was a big block, though. That was defensive. And he knows he's getting in trouble here. Kahn is making this very, very technical. Clifton very well aware of that, too. He's trying to drive him onto the bottom. Nelson sees him coming. Will he go for the block back in turn number 4? No, he doesn't have to worry about it. Clifton is lost in turn 4. We've got problems and a caution arose. Oh my goodness, a huge charge and a push from that bottom lane in the middle section, and unfortunately the number 15 could not get it to grip and get it to cuffs. He had nowhere to go and lost it in the turn. Unbelievable. That just shows you how hard these guys will do what they have to do to win this race. Look at this. Went from about a whole second back to just about a half a car length for the lead. Just lost it in the corner. And that rear end, once it kicked out, there was nothing he could do. What else are you going to do? Look at the steering. Look at the steering he's doing right now. Remember earlier on when I said they were keeping it nice and straight and they weren't turning the wheel as much? Look at this. This is literally sending that thing as hard as you can into a steering, and then as soon as the car lost it, he had no grip. He couldn't get it to settle back down. Those tires were wore and tore and beat beyond existence. And now that opens the door up once again for an interesting call here. This is only gonna be about a 19 lap race when they get out of pit road. They're gonna have to strategize here. All 4 are going on Kahn. All 4 are going on Nelson, Pottle, Marasco. Oh, wait a minute. Just right side tires for Nelson. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if I like that strategy there, guys, because you got a lot of guys that are getting 4. Clifton, Poston, and Con, they're ahead now too. They've all got 4. I don't know if I agree with that strategy from Nelson. He's got a big game plan up for Grass, but I don't know if I agree with it. That's a big move. If he can make it work and get it to sink in and stick, I think he can get this one out and finish it out. But again, he's got to get that car lined out of the start, and he's got to hope that they don't come and crashing for him. That's going to be a very tall order with only right side tires to be able to knock these guys down a few pegs and knock them off the ledge. It's a very big move, in my opinion. Coming right around off of corner number 4. This time on by. 19 laps remain. Do not tune that television. Do not turn that cell phone or laptop off. You're still racing. Who will take home the season opener in the inaugural Super Late Model Race Division? We're about to find out. Green flag about to charge high in the air. It's time to close out a winner here at Iowa Speedway. All the strategies and all the hard work now going to be put on full display. Who made the right choices? Who made the best moves? Nelson thinks he did, but I'm already looking at it here. That right side tires is not gripping as well as he'd hoped for. Here comes Poston to the top side. New leader, the 31, takes the lead for the first time, and they got a caution. They got a caution out of the gate. And Douglas R. Johnson with problems in the 388, and unfortunately, I think I want to call that the love machine, doesn't quite love the track as much as he's loving that face on that car. What happened there to the 388? We got to take a look at this one. Something gone amok here. The 388 of Douglas R. Johnson not able to hold the line down and keep that thing under control. Came off of turn number 4. Yep, right there. She's loose, she's gone, she spun it, she's done. And that was a bit of a chaotic little move there, a little bit of a head scratch in the spot. See if something just kind of kicks off. You can hear him trying to get back on the gas, and as soon as he did, the car just kind of spun her right out. Spun right out, and absolutely nobody heading into pit road right now. And do you blame them? I think these guys are well aware at this point they have only one thing on their mind: set the goal, set the standard, and set the drive off and go from there. Don't worry about anything else at this point. Don't blame them. Back to the green. 15 laps left to go. And it looks like what I said earlier, who's wins it will be the one that makes the least amount of mistakes. Nelson may have made too many mistakes, but he's not giving up yet. Clifton making him pay for it though. Down to the bottom. Orozco right in the middle as well. Crossing him over. 3 wide salute. Nelson loose and tied off the march. Here comes the whole field charging ahead of him. Nelson slowing down quite a bit here. I don't know if that right side's got a flat tire or what's going on, but he is out of the way of everybody. The entire field now trying to get there to Poston, but Poston's got a pretty sizable lead here, marching off of turn number 4. Look at him, a straight shot it off the line. Look out down there below. And that looks like that was a 91 there of Sean Wilder getting loose, but there's even more problems ahead. Tim Lee and Eric Blount collide there in turn number 1. Major damage sprung up there. And Blount, if they've got 2 faster pairs to use. I don't know if they're going to be able to use up all of them now, but he's going to need to use one more because that car is done for unless he does get help. Brad Carpenter and him colliding in, and Blount slamming the wall, and Tim Lee with nowhere to go gets right into the mix of things. Brad just kind of got a little bit into a bad spot there, and that was pretty much the end of her. Take a look at it from the 24th. The first time I think we've really seen Tim actually get taken from a ride here in really any race actually that I can think of. I don't think I've ever actually seen him get into a collision like this. Look at this. 91 Wilder gets loose. There's the fight off, and hold on, where's he going? Uh-oh, ouch. Oh, he got 2 for the price of 1 there. Actually got hit there from the 91 and whoa, hold on a minute. What the heck happened to Douglas Johnson? I didn't even see that. Guys, we have a camera on that one? Yeah, we did. All right. I don't know what happened to the 388. I just know something went wrong. Oh my. Well, I don't think Len McNeese was trying to get him there, but the Love Machine, unfortunately, has been taken advantage of, as can most relationships these days. But well, we ain't talking about that right now. All jokes aside, though, right now we are going to be past 10 laps to go, which means we're about to put the top 5 markers on your screen here. And really, I don't think there will be any better race to show it than this race. You've had, I believe, 5 or 6 lead changes with 6 different drivers. Poston being one, Clifton being one for a little bit. You saw a little bit of that march from Con earlier on. Nelson did a great job as well mixing it up with these guys. Gordon Larson Jr. even putting on a pretty good show and still hanging in there at top 10. I'd say we've got something here. This has been a pretty good showing by everybody, but the thing is, a good showing is one thing, a finish is a completely another. Here we go. Top 5 will pop on your screen as we go back to green here. This should be an interesting battle and collision of minds, thoughts, and sets here. One driver will cease, one driver will win. Which of them will it be? We march them off from corner number 2 to the back straightaway. Double filed in like a branch of soldiers ready to initiate war. which one of these drivers will come out your season opener winner for the PTM Racing Series. We're about to find out. Top 5 on your screen. The green will fire off to the fourth screen printing restart zone. We take them down to the edge. It is go time. Here we go again. Oh, that's not the start we were looking for. Khan is in the grass, plowing up some fields. And taking the advantage now. Clifton taking for a ride off of turn number 4. Turn 2, I should say. Clifton slammed in the side there, took a ride off, and he's done. He is done. He has parked the car. The car is done. He is done for the race. What the heck happened to this start, though? What on earth? Watch the bottom right of your screen. Clifton doesn't go. Gets clipped by Khan. Khan gets clipped by Paulson. And then here comes Williams. And I don't know if Williams was trying to get him or if he just kind of nudged him. And then Douglas R. Johnson getting a piece there. And then Clifton was not really having it after that point. I don't think I blame him at that point either. I don't even know what the heck happened or what went wrong. All I know is everything went wrong. Came off right there. There goes Clifton. Douglas trying to avoid him, and Ray Radford. Khan was not making friends down there apparently. Well. Problem is, we got to restart from that, and I'm sorry for the technical difficulty screen. We just had to make sure we get the screen situated. Like any other broadcast, live timing can be a cruel mistress, and I do not like her as much as she doesn't like me or us. But the good news is that we still have some restarts to come. I believe we'll have about 4 laps remaining. I believe we're going to get them to the start here. As soon as the pace card says we're green to go, we're green to go. No, no, no. We're going to go 3 to go then. Well, everybody that was ahead in that field in that March just got sent back or packing around a little bit. I don't even know where any of them went or what the heck went wrong there. All I know is chaos ensued and pandemonium entirely. And it looks like it's going to be a green-white checkered coming up. They have still got the yellow out. So the anticipation and the anxiety commences and continues for these drivers. A lot of guys getting kind of sent back and kind of packed around in that mix here. It's definitely going to make things a little bit more hard on them and a little more difficult to work around. Here we go. It is time for a green-white checkered finish. Now, race fans, if you're new with us and you don't know what that is, it's very simple. First, we let them go around one time. There's a green flag in the air. They come back to that line, we throw them a white flag. They come back around one more time. The race is over with the checker flag high in the air. And it looks like they're going to single file them. Uh-oh, this could get a little interesting. They have not gotten a good start in on the last one, so they said you're going single file this time. That could ruffle some drivers' feathers up here, making them want to push these limits just a little harder. Marasco cannot miss-shift this timing shot. Williams needs to do the same. And how about this? Gordon Larson Jr. and Chantal Paddle, both drivers struggling a little bit last season. They are making it work this time with these Super Late models. You've got a who's who of drivers ready to go at it and go for broke here. Off the corner of turn number 4. Green, white checker coming up. It's a clean start, clean advantage out of the gate. Everybody already moving their way through the field. Poston trying to evade Marasco. Marasco going for a huge runoff though as he is looking through him in the corner. Down into turn number 3 and 4 this time on by. White flag coming in the air. One more to go here in Iowa. Oh, full sending moment. Brad Carpenter into the wall in the front straightaway. He's on his lid almost. He got it back on all 4 wheels. It's a huge drive off though for your battle for the lead. Marasco to the bottom, looking for the finish. They're going to drag race it off of corner number 4 this time on by. Not enough time. Todd Poston will hold off and win the season opener here at PTM Racing TV. Oh my. Enabled, engaged, and hung on as the fireworks come here. It is an absolute sight to behold. Todd Poston. Not only does he post up a number, he brings his first Super Late Model win to his career. The 31 is victorious in the season opener. And Marasco, nothing to be ashamed of and nothing to look past on. Absolutely wild, wild ending to his race. Gave it all she had. But it was just not enough. What a performance. What a race. What a race. I mean, last bit there, yeah, it got chaotic, it got wild, but I mean, again, that's with any race. You can tell, you can't tell me that it doesn't happen a lot of times, more often than not. But what a race by everybody involved. And it's time now to do our last bit of work presented by Lightning Wrapz. This is your final race results. Todd Poston holds off Ty Marasco to the line. Tim Williams will go 3rd. Gordon Larson Jr. going 4th. Chantal Paddle going 5th. Derek Paulson goes 6th. Corey Coe goes 7th. 8th, Derek Blount. 9th to Sean Wilder. 10th to Ray Radford. Rounding out the top 10 in this bunch. And in this bunch indeed. Some of your notable finishers as well. Some of the guys finishing in the back. Robert Kahn, Brad Carpenter. Unfortunately, getting kind of mixed up in the puzzle there. Michael E. Campbell and Douglas R. Johnson, we get a great comeback. Tim Lee almost coming up with the top 10. Good showing from him as the rest of your field on your screen went for broke. Some came out more than others. All right, race fans, it is time now to talk with the top 3, the Elite 3. It's time to listen to them now. Here we go, race fans. It is going to be your driver of the number. It'll be Tim Williams here in that 45. And Tim, congratulations on this finishing. What a wild, wild race it was for you, sir.
It was a lot of fun. I got lucky again. Sorry to Jeff Clinton. I bumped him on the few laps left and didn't mean to do that. But yeah, it was a really good race and I did get lucky. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, you looked like when you're going into turn number 1, looked like the car kind of got stiffed up a bit, then kind of came in with Clifton. I'm presuming that you weren't really trying to get too high up there, trying to keep it to the bottom, weren't you?
Yeah, I was trying to keep it down, but I think I just went in a little bit too quick and just kind of nicked him a little bit. So I apologize to Jeff for that. So.
Indeed there. Well, nevertheless, though, Tim, I know this 45 hasn't been in the podium for a while, but it's good to see it back out. Who do you want to thank you for this one, sir?
Oh, Rev Esports, BK Paints, everybody involved with the racing. Tim Lee, Dave Freeman, and everybody in the racing league. It's I really enjoy racing with these guys, and I know I've hit a few of them, but I'm trying to get better, and I am, I think. But we'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you.
Absolutely. Tim Williams, congratulations, man. Great to hear from you once again.
Thank you. We'll talk to you later.
Indeed, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, pilot on number 45, Tim Williams. He comes to us here as your second place finisher, but not without putting on a little show to the end. Ty Marasco is your second place man in the number 1 car. And Marasco, you had the lead a few times. You challenged everyone a few times. And then the final lap, boy, I don't think I've seen anyone just put a lot more heart in that car than sending it up there into that wall as you did, sir.
Yeah, kind of disappointed. I just feel like we could have shortened that caution, gave us a few more laps like we have all night, and we just didn't. And then we ran single file or whatever it was. But really upset about that. But I feel like if we had 1 or 2 more laps, we were definitely going to get them. We were faster. So I think we just ran out of time. And it, it's very upsetting. But, it is what it is. We'll take home second.
For sure there. I know obviously a lot of emotions running high and a lot of craziness kind of mixed in between. But, the challenges at Iowa Speedway may be one thing. But, I mean, does this race kind of help at least set the tone, set the standard for what you got to come? Because, Pocono is up next.
Yeah, I've actually never raced these cars other than, like, on big tracks. I've always raced them on tracks like Iowa or shorter, obviously. So I'll have to see what that's all about. And definitely interesting. Definitely like them better than the trucks. But yeah, just very upsetting that just didn't get in. We shortened the cautions most of the race, and then the last one we didn't shorten, and it only gave me 2 laps to pass them, which is tough to do, especially in single file restart. So we tried. I think we were making tire marks the whole turn, and we hit the wall, and just to pull out second. I guess it's okay to start the season. Just would have liked to get that win.
Season play something to skis at, plenty more chances to get that win, and knowing your talent and skill here, but I think it may come sooner than you know. But nevertheless, as you come away second today, is there anybody you want to thank for this?
Michael Falk, MF Racing Designs, does a great job on my paint this year. Not unsponsored this season. We're fully sponsored this season, so that's good. And we had a fast number 1 Ford Mustang super late model, so that was pretty nice. Derek, he had a good run most of the race. Kind of got screwed out at the end there. Good teammate of mine. I'd like to thank him and you guys in the booth, of course.
Absolutely. Well, nevertheless, Morosco, well-deserved second place podium for you, sir. We'll see you next time out, and keep your head up high, man.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ty Morosco coming away second. The emotions running high for him, but I think the same can be said for a different kind of set of emotions. Your race winner, the 31, ladies and gentlemen, the Village Bank machine driver, Todd Poston, popping out a victory and bringing it home. Todd, man, you're going to have quite the drive back to Chester, Virginia after this one, sir. You went full haywire, full ham, ho-hum on this track, and I got to believe this win is well worth the price of admission, sir.
Yeah, that was a fun race there. I do wish, though, that we had those extra 5 laps of actual racing instead of kind of pacing there.
I was going to say, yeah, Morosco had kind of mentioned that to us and really wanted to bring out the fight and bring out the rest of the race. I mean, for you and your crew, did that kind of help you out, though, a little bit on the final legs of that race, just to try to take this one into victory lane, you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think that definitely helped. On that last caution, I only took right sides. I know a lot of guys took full set. I figured right sides were the only way that I could make up positions on the track.
For sure there. Well, nevertheless, though, Todd, this is the first race of the new season with a different car, and, man, has it been something out of the gate. Who do you want to thank you for this one?
I got to thank you guys for broadcasting and Tim for putting the league on. And just everyone that watches every week. It's pretty fun out here.
For sure there. Nevertheless, Todd, thanks so much for coming on board. Congratulations. A big win for you and this crew.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner today at Iowa in the 31, Todd Poston. Man, just absolutely chaotic, absolutely wild from the get-go. When we look at our finishers and we look at our positions, this literally was kind of the pinpoint and the start of a crazy racing season, in my opinion. And it's just going to even get crazier. We got the Tricky Triangle coming up next with Pocono Race with these cars. I don't know how the heck we're going to be able to get that to work and how that's going to work. I only know this. You just got to stay tuned with us and find out what the heck happens, because we don't even know ourselves, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, as you finish your scroll across the screen, we want to thank every single one of you for coming on board today and representing with our show. We would like to thank our friends at Fort Worth Screen Printing and Lightning Wrapz for your support in the Pit Stall Series today. We love and appreciate you guys. We thank you for everything. And until the green is flying high next time, we'll see you then on PTM Racing TV.